And with me now is criminal defense attorney John W. Day. John, welcome. Thank you for being here. Now, the prosecution had been asking for 11 years. Some legal experts were predicting 5 to 7 years. Your reaction to this sentence of just over 4 years?
Well, thanks for having me. It's not an insignificant sentence, but it is in line with the crimes that Diddy was convicted of, the transportation for the purposes of prostitution. It was less, obviously, than the prosecution wanted, a lot more than the defense wanted. The judge seemed to be understanding that he couldn't take into account the things that Diddy was acquitted of, the more serious charges. But again, he'll do about 3 years in a federal prison, so it's not insignificant. But it certainly does raise questions in the minds of people. Do high-profile defendants like Diddy, Jeffrey Epstein, other people who have money, power, and access to power, do they get a different type of justice than other people, ordinary people? And I think the answer here is this sentence was really in line with a defendant who's convicted of these kind of charges.
Along that same vein, what about Diddy's prison sentence? What will it look like? Could he get special privileges there, or will this be something just like any other prisoner?
Unlikely that he'll get any kind of special privileges. People are going to be watching this very carefully. But remember what this was. Even today, with the presentation that his defense team made, again, it's a very competent defense team, very highly paid defense team. But this was really day one of Diddy's comeback tour. I mean, he suffered a big hit here, obviously, to his reputation. But I think everything here was geared toward rehabilitating him. So when he does get out, he's obviously going to want to continue on with a career. So from the moment the presentation began, this was maybe not aimed so much at the judge, who had probably already made up the judge's mind going into the sentencing, but at a broader public who is going to be watching Diddy. I mean, he'll be out in relatively short time. And is he going to want to continue his life as he was leading it before? Most likely, yes.
Now, Combs had reportedly booked a speaking engagement for next week in Miami. What does that tell you about his mindset heading into this sentencing?
Well, if that's true, it certainly seems like there was an arrogance going on, but I don't think any reasonable defense lawyer would have thought there was no chance that he was just going to get probation, given the way the trial unfolded, the testimony, the victim's testimony. So whether or not that's an actual fact, I think remains to be seen. But if he was booking speaking engagements, it may have been more performative than anything else, sort of a sign that he felt so confident. Again, not an insignificant sentence, but not nearly what the prosecution was asking for.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much, John, for being here. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
That's criminal defense attorney John W. Day.